Peace, everybody out there. This is Mac, and we are on the Blue Lagoon Show podcast. I have with me my co-host, Links. What's up, Links?
Nothing much, man. It's another Friday Eve. Going on into Saturday. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for
Man.
let's start this episode on the Blue Lagoon. What do you want to talk about today?
Well, peace and power to the listeners. I thank you guys for tuning in. I would like you to keep tuning in. So I just want to say thank you. And we're going to go on about this Trump Jr. situation with him, I guess, looking mysterious on the podium.
Yep.
What's up with that, man? I mean, like, he looked kind of glossy-eyed. People say that he was high or stuff like that. But you know how sometimes liberals like to stretch things as well as Republicans and other groups. So in the politic realm. So let's check it out. Let's see what you think.
Well, let's first just hear him. I'll say what I think about it. It's honestly, I don't know what to think about it because it's just so confusing that they even let his son on the air to talk for him. Why? What? Like, that's just connections, quote unquote, is what I want to say. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any real right to be there other than he's the president's son.
Oh, come on, cut that out, man. Look, man.
What?
Donald Trump is the leader of the free world.
Okay.
His son is second in command. Even though that the VP we know is, something happens, he's second in command. He's he becomes first in command. But come on, he's Donald Trump Jr. He's kind of like half of running the free world in this way. So, I mean, for him to be on the podium, I mean, I don't see it as nothing crazy. I mean, he's not spewing any crazy rhetoric. I think he's doing what any son would do, will defend his father and try his best to bring light to a crazy, chaotic pandemic situation.
Yeah, but the way he says it, it's just... Excuse me. Here's a clip of him with his little speech.
Donald Trump Jr., KG, they went on The View today to promote his brand new book, Triggered, which also happens to describe...
There's so much trash on this guy. I guess all of them. Now, if you want to follow along with us, you can just go into Google and type in Trump Jr. and the word Coke.
It starts by re-electing Donald.
That's all I'm typing in. Donald Trump Jr. and Coke. And then I clicked on, I think it was the fourth or third link on the second row, called Don Trump Jr. Glossy Red Eyes. This has been the whole ordeal for the past couple days, or ever since this conference happened.
Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. Thank you, and God bless America.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Okay. No, that's a meme. Oh, damn. They rickrolled us there.
Well, that was funny.
It was enough of a clip to... There was enough of a clip to give us an idea, and, like, his rhetoric was a little odd. But his glossy eyes, I mean, there's really no good answer for that. Like, we've all been a little high every now and then. We all know.
Let's be real here. This is Donald Trump Jr., okay? Even if he is getting blasted out of his mind, so what? It is Donald Trump
fine,
Jr.
I guess, but, like, you can't go on TV.
You know he's getting the primo shit. Whatever he wants to do, he's getting the primo shit. And that's the only thing I'm mad about. He's getting the exclusive primo, and everybody out here just got to get whatever they can find. So, it's Donald Trump Jr., man. I mean, like, what do you expect?
The way you say that, man. Nah, man. I don't care who you are. If it was anybody else, they would have. Besides the roasting that has happened, they would have just taken him down.
Look,
No, hold up. Before you keep saying what you're saying, you know that recently him and his wife took a trip to Paris and across whatever, and you know how much it cost us, the taxpayers? Like $67,000 of American money, and that's like which way, whether you're paying taxes and maybe we didn't make enough this year, or whatever, and you didn't, like, that's fine too. But whether you're paying it one way, you're paying it through all of your products that you're buying, and that's how much money went to their little vacation trip.
Look, I'm pretty sure no matter what president it was, some people in the family get perks. We all know these things occur. It's not
and also, like, this is a little off topic.
That it's just everything that he's doing is so innovative and new to this system that we have here. It's not. And people get perks. If I'm related to the president, I'm sure I'm gonna want to do some things. I want to go to Dubai. I want to fly private.
But you're not just gonna go to Dubai, and you're not gonna go on like your terms. You're gonna go on the terms of whatever. Like, you go there and you get taken care of by yourself,
bro.
Like, the only part of the trip that you get is the plane ticket.
In the case of Donald Trump Jr.'s wife, she is literally the woman that is birthing the president's grandchildren. She's the woman of the president's grand. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you put it in terms like that, she will definitely have perks, because it's just going to work like that. She's married to the son. The son is the heir. He's the junior. And his father is the current president. So perks are going to happen with those things. I mean, if I'm a president's son, I'm going to want to go places on the expense of my father and my notoriety. I want to go to France, and I want to have a special room and a special, private undisclosed location. And yes, I want chefs, and yes, you know why? Because I'm a son of a president of a nation. And that's just simple as that.
All right. I respect
nothing I
that.
can be bad about the guy in that regard. In that regard, I mean, we all like let's be real. In that regard, the other things he might have done or said, I'm not necessarily a fan of the guy, but I do recognize, I do try to be fair in my opinions.
Well, we appreciate that. Not much else I have to say about that. Maybe it's because his father's not the best president. But that's besides the point. Let's keep going. I guess it's not besides the point. Let's take a step back. Everyone remember to vote. There are many people out there trying to get us to vote to get rid of this current president. And before you know it, him and his mob ties and his very grateful and entitled little fucking family, excuse my French, will just keep getting every cent from us.
You know what I heard?
What'd you hear?
I think it's a fact that once you become president, you get private security service for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, like, people would still want to kill them.
And you get $250,000 for the rest of your life as a salary. Like, you
really
automatically get in the court. Yeah. Automatic. Every year you get.
Damn, we paid that like how many times? Almost 50.
And that's not to say like these presidents don't like have conventions or meetings or fundraisers or when they do seminars, they make money a lot of money off of that. So these guys are going to be, no matter what, they're going to be paid.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. whatever. I mean, that's just something that irks me. But you know what? Good for all of them, I guess. We can't do anything about that other than spread the word. So.
Oh yeah, tonight I want to say rest in peace to Wakanda forever. The Black Panther himself.
Yeah, that's really, yeah. How long ago did that happen? Like only a couple hours.
Couple hours, as far as the public knows. But
you know,
yeah,
I want to say that we're lucky that we get access to all this knowledge and whatnot. Because in other countries, people probably won't know that just because the government's blocking whatever source of whatever, you know? Or not even just that, to other points too, you know, but still.
well, I mean, censorship is everywhere. You know, it's just no matter where you go, you know, something is being censored, something is being hidden. You know, some is just bad than others. Like North Korea, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, next topic, if you would like to. Do you have anything else to say on that topic?
Yeah, not pretty much nothing. I'm good with that.
The next topic,
But,
the next topic I'd like to bring up is the fact. Have you heard of Hurricane Laura? It'll be a quick topic, but I mean, like, our hearts go out to everyone that's been affected by her. You know, she messed up some houses in, I think, Louisiana. And the very scary fact and announcement came from, I think, the governor out there, one of these states. Let's look it up real quick. But he said that don't call 911. No one will answer because everyone evacuated. That's spooky.
well, for our nation, we should be thankful that we even have a system. Because some places, when shit hits the fan, I mean, it's...
Well, everyone's taking care of themselves.
Did you see that random explosion in Lebanon?
Yeah.
I mean, think about something like that.
Well, that wasn't... I'm glad that you brought that up. Thank you. It has been a while since we've talked about things going on around the world, but... there was that explosion in Beirut, and it wasn't just a random explosion. It was a company wasn't storing an explosive properly, some sort of nitrite. So like somebody had, so where we come from in the side of New York, we have this a couple nuclear plants, right? And one of them's called Indian Point. So in that place they have like it's like a dome, but it's like the most powerful dome ever, and it'll hold or contain certain chemicals. Now that's just to use as an example. In Lebanon, I believe they had a center or whatever, a plant like that, holding on to an ammonium nitrite like substance, or aluminum nitrite itself, in a building, and due to people not taking care of it properly, it blew up. So here's one of the subtitles on an article. A large stockpile of ammonium nitrate is believed to have caused the explosion of the port of Beirut. Our hearts do go out to it, but I just want to say this is like another thing where regulations and stuff weren't taken care of.
I mean, what was the casualty rate? I mean, because I mean, it looked like a huge explosion, but it probably could have just been like, you know, every explosion is not the same. So.
Yeah, well, like I think it was in enough of a safe zone, but it still was just so bad. It killed more than 100. Now this is also from August 5th. They were looking for people under the rubble. Like this isn't a complete count, but on August 5th, more than 100 people left dead. Yeah. and then 4,000 left injured. Now this isn't the most current date, but it's the one that we found right now, just to find that example of the fact that it was ammonium nitrate that caused it. You know,
I mean, the blast looked crazy. I can only imagine the people who lived, you know, in proximity.
yeah. Yeah, it was terrible. My hearts do go out to you guys. Oh man, I'm really sorry. You know, the world's falling apart. Like, we don't need any of these little things that just happen. It's not little, but you know what I mean. Like, compared to the world and everything's just coming apart.
These things are like catastrophic to the world.
Yeah.
Because
well, that's not good for morale either. You know, like, we're all out here trying to just be okay, and then our poor brothers out in Lebanon.
Well, we'll see in like 10 years what effect it has on the people who still live there.
Well, it wasn't. I don't think it was nuclear or anything, but the city needs to rebuild now. And I guess that's what you're saying. That falls into that answer. We will only see in a couple of years how they can recover. Because even some places in America, like in Louisiana from a hurricane way back when, like, there's some places that still haven't opened. And it's still, like, just rubble. In the early 2000s. I can Google that.
Yeah. Hurricane Katrina.
There we go. That's the one. We felt it a little bit over here on the East Coast. It was just a really powerful storm, but it wasn't anything compared to that.
Yeah, that's why I'm living in the South, man. Certain places is kind of like underwater, you know. It's below the sea level. It's kind of like Manhattan. Manhattan is pretty much below sea level.
What about Philadelphia?
I think since Philly is kind of, I'm not too sure geographically where's the water at, but I do know Philly is it has a large plain. Not Philly itself, Pennsylvania. Like it's a vast area. You know, it's you know, it has two sides. You know, two bodies of water around the state. So
No.
it's, you know, it's big though.
See, our hearts.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm not a fan of below sea level points.
But yeah, like something catastrophic happened, and like say something was to go off in the water or something, like an earthquake or something. Natural disasters. We're going to go with natural disasters because we definitely don't want to say anything crazy. But like a natural disaster happened, and we get an earthquake up here in New York, up in New York or something like that, right? And like by Manhattan, I guarantee you, Manhattan will be underwater because, I mean, the water. If you go down there in the city, you know, down the West Side Highway, you can literally, you know, the water is just. It's not that far away from, you know, the actual land. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So literally right up, you know, if we have a really bad storm, that, you know, certain places are definitely going to be underwater.
Yeah, so now I guess to move on from the catastrophes going on in the world and, you know, all the news of how everything's falling apart, and, you know, our hearts do go out to everybody out there and all the loved ones of Mr. Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther.
Yeah, man, he definitely made history.
Yeah.
One of the highest box office movies ever. And good representation of, you know, African Americans and Africans all together in one film. It probably was like 0.3 white people in the whole film, if that. and it showed a lot of different cultures within Africa, and a lot of different tribes, and they meshed them all up, and I thought that was just excellent. Like I thought, Wakanda was a great film. Now there's a rumor that there's a second one, and
there still be a second one? I guess it still can be because it's more of the mindset and like the.
Well, these guys film it. They film these things early. And it's pretty much green screen for a lot of things. So it's not that difficult to do these things and wait till you want to release it. So let's figure out if there's a Wakanda 2 going on.
You want me to look that up on the search engine?
If you can, because now that my brother Chadwick, I believe was his first name.
Chadwick.
Since he has gone over to the next realm, I'm just wondering, did he already record Black Panther 2, before he started getting too ill to do anything?
Maybe. I mean.
2022. Black Panther 2, 20. Wow.
Dr. Doom was going to be in it too. That's crazy.
I love the way they lined that up. Black Panther 2 coming out 2022. If you're a person who understands numerology, I think you think this would be dope.
It's a great set of numbers. That's for sure.
Definitely representing the twos.
Yeah.
But
let's move on to. Wait. Do you have more?
No, I'm just saying. I hope it comes out.
It will. I think it will. It says it was updated in 2018, so they've been working on it for a while. But they'll definitely have to finalize stuff before they actually come out with anything. And knowing Disney, the owner of Marvel, they're going to make it happen.
And you know what? It's going to be huge. It's going to be bigger. I predict that Black Panther 2 is going to sell way more. It's going to be just like Black Panther was number one for a long time. This is going to be number one for a long time. We're setting more records. This is going to set even more records. But it's going to be different now. Because we'll see, like 2022 is a long time from 2020, especially the way 2020 is going.
Well, I guess when they were saying all that, they definitely didn't plan for COVID and whatnot. So like,
yeah, like 2020 is like a kick in the ass for real.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see, because the movie theaters are going out of business. There's a lot of things that are like changing. Just like, You know what I noticed too? Because I got Disney Plus. I'm a Disney Plus guy. Shout out to Disney Plus. I noticed that there are certain titles that come out now exclusively on these platforms like Disney Plus and HBO on their apps and on their websites, and they exclusively come out with certain movies that would be box office for the movie theater, and now they're basically charging you to watch them, to rent them for 24 hours. So like, you rent a movie, it's a new movie that came out, you rent it for 24 hours, but then they charge you like $15, $20, and it's like, whoa.
More?
Yeah. Little expensive, just to rent the movie. They even just like, just to rent it. It's crazy.
Well, they gotta make money somehow, because they're probably trying to make their production value back. Because normally,
these streaming services are making a killing.
yeah, that is true. But like, I think they still need to make up for the production costs of like putting the. But wait, let me finish. Let me finish. Hold up. Like, I'm not trying to protect anybody, but they do have costs that they try to cover when they're selling box office tickets. That only makes sense. I think you will agree. So that makes sense that they're overcharging, and I'm sorry, it is unfair, but I guess I'm looking at it like a businessman.
Man, when I see it like this, everybody not everybody in the world, but a nice portion of people in the world have access to a cell phone. And if you have access to a cell phone, you have access to streaming. And there's so many people out there streaming these services and have access to them. It's unbelievable. They're getting so much money anyway, just by people tuning in to their service. So why? And you're already paying for subscription per month.
What about the workers that work for those companies?
They're getting paid.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
I said they're getting paid.
True.
What are you talking about? You guys are getting paid just like anybody else who's working.
Work.
I mean, you think about Netflix. Netflix got its own series. Like they, you know, they don't even really like. Eventually, I think they're gonna have like the most of their movies is gonna be from their platform.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're doing. Like you were saying, instead of movies going out to the theaters, they're just going on Netflix now. Well, let's switch up the topics real quick. Movies and whatnot, you know. Let's switch on to something, you know, change up the flavor. Have you heard of Neuralink?
No, what's that?
So you know Elon Musk, right?
Yes, I do.
He came up with an idea for a brain chip that gets implanted. Now before you all think about how evil it can sound, which it's all scary. You know, cars were scary to us when they first came out. You know, like nobody was willing to go 30 miles an hour in a vehicle. They didn't even 30 miles an hour. Holy moly, you know. But anyway, Neuralink. He's helped out a couple paraplegics, giving them back like hand movement and whatnot due to technologies he's using. Yeah, I'm not really for it or anything. I was just hoping maybe you had some input on it. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Let me name the description real quick. Neuralink. You can find it at Neuralink.com. Neuralink Corporation is an American neurotechnology company founded by Elon Musk and others, developing implantable brain-machine interfaces. So they're coding these chips to learn your brainwaves and whatnot. But anyway, let me continue with what their description is. The company's headquarters is in San Francisco and it started in 2016, blah, blah. So computer interface neurosthetics. So brain-computer interfaces and neurosthetics. Those are the industries it's in. How do you feel about that?
I think it's great for the people who actually need it. Me, myself, I'm going to pass.
What if they... Now, this is crazy, but what if one day they make it...
I can't wait till he finds... You know what really impressed me?
I'm listening.
If one of these guys actually developed a cure for cancer.
Yeah, that'd be too
that will impress me. Let's cure everybody. Whoever cures everybody of cancer is just automatically whatever doctor that does it. He should be the president. And
yeah. Can I say something real quick? So I'm like getting a little. I'm not worried, but like I was thinking about it. Like Elon might not be the most terrible guy ever, but the government isn't the best guy ever, and like he's working with NASA now, and with all the spaceships and whatnot. You don't think that they might ask about all this and kind of make this like a standard of living? iRobot.
It's very possible.
So, that's coming straight from the Blue Lagoon. Try to live as yourself in your own mind before the government controls you. Which they already are.
Oh, I'm about to say, well, we already, everybody's in the box. Everybody has a barcode.
We're here already.
pretty much over for real liberty, real justice for all. Because honestly,
No peace.
in the words of Ice Cube, everything's
Big ups
corrupt.
to Ice Cube. Every day's Corona.
Everything's corrupt. In the words of Ice Cube.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for anyone that didn't know that, it is all corrupt. It does just come out to light sometimes, you know. But other times it doesn't. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for today's topics. What do you say, Mac? Do you have anything
Today's topics. That's it.
Right. Do you wanna do this outro this time?
Thank you everybody for tuning in to the Blue Lagoon. I am your host Mac.
And I am Lynx.
With my co-host Link.
Yes.
And see you next time. Peace.
Peace out. Stay breezy. Don't get lost in the new road.